Hey everybody, how are y'all doing on today? I know it's pretty cool here in Texas, so I pray that everyone is staying warm and everyone is safe. So, um, today is going to be a little touchy subject. Let you guys know that I would share my journey and share my story with you guys, and um, I believe it will help a lot of people. I believe all my stories and all my past endeavors and journey would be a blessing to everyone. So it's going to be a touchy one. So I try not to make it long. I am quite sure it's going to be a part two. Okay. So with further ado, let's just jump right into this video. If you saw the title, how God delivered me from homosexuality. It's been over 20 plus years ago. And I know, like one of my titles of one of my videos, I said the title was "You Do Not Look Like What You've Going Through." Well, I'm quite sure I don't look like what I've went through. So I want to just share a backstory on everything, and hopefully this would help a lot of people that I do know of personally that is going through this. And now I want to make a disclaimer. This video is not to try to coerce anyone into doing anything that they don't want to do. But I know with me, I struggled, and I know there's a lot of people that have struggled and is struggling. So I just want to share with you on, my story and my journey of what I went through, and hopefully it'll be a blessing to you. Well, I can remember far back, being a child, I went through a lot. There was a lot of different abuse that I went through. And even in relationships and marriage, there was a lot of physical abuse, most definitely mental and emotional, and even sexual. Okay, so as a child, I went through a lot of sexual abuse, which that's going to be another whole video. Okay, so I'll just kind of, touch on it a little bit. And with that happening, that opened up a lot of doors. I believe that the enemy came in to try to harm me and keep me bound mentally and emotionally, most definitely physically and sexually. So with that happening to me, that did open up a lot of doors where there were, drinking and smoking cigarettes and, all kind of different things. No hard drugs or anything like that. I did, like I said, tip my toe in marijuana, but I did not like it. Okay. So I just remember when those things did happen to me, it didn't get taken care of as a child, so I grew up with it. And those desires was in me. And I just remembered my first relationship. Well, he was into all kind of things. And mind you, I was 16, getting ready to turn 17. Being introduced to a lot of things that I knew I didn't grow up with. I'm a PK, as they call it when I was younger, but it's a preacher's kid. So I went to church a lot. I knew the word. I didn't know it like I know it today. Okay, so that's why God said you perish because of lack of knowledge. Well, I knew that homosexuality was wrong. I knew that, and I knew there was a lot of shame and embarrassment. You did not want to tell people because you would get ridiculed. about that. And so I just know that with me going through that, the things that did happen to me, and with me having my first relationship, he introduced me to a lot. I drank a lot. We drank a lot. Um, there was a lot of mental and some physical, most definitely emotional, because he did cheat on me. And I stayed there, because I thought that was love, not understanding God's kind of love, agape love, where, unwavering. God loves does not hurt. Love does not hurt. It's not supposed to hurt you. So I felt like undeserving, I wanted love. With the things that I went through, I wanted love. And so, that causes um, a young, I ain't gonna say teenager, but young adult, wanting love, seeking love, but it was all in the wrong places. And so, of course, I wanted a baby because I wanted someone to love because I felt unloved. And I did stress this in one of my other videos. And so, with the first boyfriend, um, he did, watched a lot of different pornography. And so I was introduced to that. And all I know is that when I watched it, I did not care about watching the way it's supposed to be men and women. It was when the women start to come about, I guess I was drawn to that. And that's when I started to remember that, okay, something is not right. But you couldn't talk about that. And I didn't talk about it. I just dealt with it. And I just remembered being in a relationship and in my mid-20s that a young lady approached me and I allowed her to be a roommate of mine. I'm always being kind-hearted and want to help people. But by that time, my first relationship had ended and I was in a different relationship. And I just remembered that she kissed me. I remember that. If I will go detail by detail, this video will be very, very long. That's why I said it's going to be a part 2. So I'm going to kind of skip around and get right to it. And so ever since then, I was in my hometown, and she moved away to the city and state where I live at now. And all I know is that she wanted me to come there. And I was almost willing to go there because of the type of relationship I was already in, which was somewhat abusive or whatever. So, and she saw that. So I believe she just kind of played on that. Even though she did try to tell me about her lifestyle, but I do remember warning do come before destruction. A friend of mine, which was a friend of my sister, said you need to stay away from her because those spirits will jump on you. I do remember her telling me that. And at that time, I was going to the clubs. I was young. I was, drinking and stuff. I wasn't, drinking every day, but, being young, I guess that's just what we did. Growing up, I wasn't allowed to do all those things. So, when you get older, you want to move out, get away, and then there you go. So, make a long story short, I moved to where I am now in Texas, and all I know is just I thought about her, and off and on, but I didn't think too much about it. And so I just remember working a job, and here I am about to I got set up when I got kissed. And then I met someone on my job that was full blown in the lifestyle itself. And, so she befriended me. We were friends and everything. And, at that time, I was already dealing with a lot of emotional abuse and everything, and somewhat physical. And so I confided in her, and I believe she took that and ran with it. And so I just remember starting to be attracted to her. And so, we was somewhat, I guess, in a relationship, but she was already in a relationship. So at that time, I got set up twice thinking it's okay to be in a relationship with someone cheating on me. So what she did, she just passed me along to one of her friends, wanted me to go out and hang out because she couldn't hang out with me. And then I ended up in a relationship with that person, which I thought they were okay, but I I didn't notice the signs. They were drinking, we were going out to clubs, and then that's when I started meeting a lot of other people that I'm friends to this day. We just don't, hang out. And so here I am in this relationship with this person, which caused me to meet other people, which caused me to be in the last um, same-sex relationship for, I know, 10 plus years, maybe 15 years or so. So I know, and that was hard because I really cared about this lady. I did a great deal, and it took me a long time. She has her daughter, and I have my kids, and we grew up. Literally, I was in my mid 20s, well, late 20s, early, close to being 30, and kids grow up, around it, and of course, my family, shared their concern, and I dealt with it. I battled with it because I knew that it was not right, and I knew that it didn't really set well with me, So, but someone trying to seek love and didn't get the things that I should have gotten, I got set up. So I was seeking love with whomever, because even with the first relationship, it didn't work. So here someone is treating me right, treating me kind, and supporting me in the things that I want to do in my life. But at the same time, there was some abuse there too. So as you can see, it's just a setup. It's just a setup in your life. And so it took me a long time to really get away from it, mentally and emotionally. I was drawn to this person, and I really genuinely loved and cared for this person, So, um, but like I said, I battled with it, y'all. It was a stronghold that was on me. Now, in the course of that relationship, I'm just showing you a pattern. We broke up, and I met someone else that really had me out there doing things that I've never done before. Drinking and more so drinking and stuff. I worked, always had a job, always worked, took care of my kids and everything. I'm still young, but it was hard, y'all. And that person just really took me for granted. I mean, they tried to move me out of my hometown to move with them. And had I done that, that's when Hurricane Katrina came about. I would have been there with my kids, and I probably wouldn't have made it. I'm not sure if they made it, but that person did take advantage of me. They stole my credit. They ran my credit up. They took my information because they was a manipulator, and they even told me that they were like that. But my eyes was literally closed, y'all. And I remember just being so unhappy. They would work. I would be at their house, take care of the home. They had their kids, so my kids was there, my daughter, my son, and they pretty much was kind of like the same age, so you could see the pattern. You could see where the people, the way the enemy really was trying to just take me out. He used the things that was not right, things that happened to me, try to set me up, and take me out of here, honestly. So I was just so unhappy, and I was hurt. And I remember she was trying to steal things from me. It was Christmas time, and I bought gifts for my kids and was not going to give me my gifts. I was trying to move out of her place, and she would not let me leave, literally. So I had to wait to go to work, have my sister to come get me, go back to the house and try to get my stuff, and the police had to be involved. And then once upon a time, she tried to fight me, So I'm just saying that that stronghold was just trying to really hold me down, y'all. And so I went back to my familiar, okay, with the last relationship, and we got back together. We never really stopped talking, and so we still was friends, and she understood the word. She understood what God said about homosexuality. Not saying that God don't love us, because he does. There's nothing you can do. I want you to understand. There's nothing you can do or say to stop God from loving you. But he does speak about homosexuality. He does speak about, um, you know, Solomon, not Solomon, I'm sorry. I can't get the words right, but I will put it on here on my video once I do my editing. And so I can hear it and hear the words, but it just ain't coming out. And so I know for myself in my heart, what God said about it. And it is an individual thing. It is your own daily walk with God, and with you knowing what he said in his word about everything. And that's why he said you perish because of lack of knowledge. And so with me knowing the word, it's already been in me. I knew that wasn't the lifestyle that I wanted to live, but I just was so hurt and torn by all my past hurt and everything as a child and growing up. I felt unworthy. I felt that this is what I deserved, and there were times I tried to commit suicide, you guys. From my first relationship, with my first boyfriend, and then being in the homosexuality lifestyle, there was several different times I tried to take my life. I just remember being at work, and I was working warehouse jobs and didn't care if the forklift that was flying by around the corner hit me. I remember that just as clear as day. So I was totally unhappy. And I understand now what God said about that. That sin itself, it's not good. I mean, because no sin is good, but I want you to understand, he did say you reap what you sow. So those are the seeds that I planted, and um, and it does affect you. It affects everything around you. Even my kids, I didn't understand. I understand now. As your kids, you put this around your kids, and and with the relationship that I had, I allowed her to talk me into telling my kids. I wasn't going to tell them when I told them. I was going to let them know, but not at that particular time. So I was persuaded, y'all. I was naive. I was totally naive, y'all, because I wanted someone to love me and love me right, but I was not. I was not. So you do allow yourself to go through things that you don't have to go through. And I went through that, y'all, and it was hard. So hard. I mean, and she didn't understand at that particular time, but she understood me. She understood all the things I went through, and she did befriend me. We was friends. We truly was friends, but I, I had to choose, okay, being with someone, yeah, they're making some mistakes. Yeah, there's some abuse going on. No abuse is acceptable. No, and I don't care if it's a little bit. What they just did, no, you don't deserve that. I want you to understand, you do not deserve no type of abuse at all. You are worth more than that. And so I had to get to the point where I had to understand and love myself more and understand who God said I was, and I had to walk in it. And so that's what I started doing. I started really getting in my word and understanding that God's kind of love, and that's not it. That is not it. So I battled with that, y'all. I mean, me and her still talk, every now and then, but now she's working on herself and being totally delivered from that, because I was the person that she wanted to be with for years, and I would have married her. That's how deep rooted this thing was inside of me. But I always knew that this is not for me. And so I prayed and I asked God, for deliverance from this. And so, I want you to understand that you can be delivered if you want to. You don't have to just, because things happen to you, you don't have to feel like you're obligated to live that type of life, because you don't have to. You really, really don't. And I did not want to. I didn't. And, it goes deeper than this. Like I said, I don't want to, keep this video too long. But God did deliver me. He did. And he is showing me that, okay, you can have that life. Because I always said I wanted to be married. I was once married. My husband that passed almost 2 years ago. We were already divorced, but we were friends. And so, to be honest, it's like I never really just had that relationship that I know I deserve. And I allowed people to hurt me and to lie to me and betray me, and I accepted. I did see some abuse growing up. Well, a lot. And I thought it was okay if you just hang in there and just stand by that person, they will change. It's more deeper than that, y'all. It is. And it's most definitely was a cycle that I allowed to have in my life. But I as of today, I'm totally delivered from that. Um, that's not what I want. That's not the desire that I want. And I know God didn't create me to be in a same-sex marriage or a relationship. I know that no, He did not. And so I know that's another conversation, and I know that's a touchy subject for a lot of people. And I'm not, trying to debate it or anything, but it is a personal thing. You have to know what God said. You have to understand. But I am here to share that, and we could talk about it, and can help you. So I allow God to show me love and help me understand this, because nobody can understand it but you. If they're not in your shoes, they won't understand it. They're just, pretty much outside looking in. But God can use people to share the word and the truth with you, because God said the truth will make you free. So you have to understand that. And you don't have to be bound. And a lot of those things happening to me, it caused a lot of doors to be open that shouldn't been open in my life, because I know I should be so far ahead. And I allowed all that hurt and pain, y'all, and abuse to just weigh me down and keep me from being who God called me to be. But I'm finally free, y'all. I am free from all of that. And I'm able to hold my head high and be able to share my story. Don't be embarrassed, because I know I was told years ago, Tanya, God will use this as a testimony for you, and you could be able to help a lot of people that's dealing with this. And so that's why I decided, it's been weighing on me. I just had to decide when to tell my story. There will be a part 2 where I will go deeper, and I would, help you understand a lot more things, to paint this picture so you can really understand and grasp it, and understand that if you're in this and you really don't want to, you don't have to. You don't have to live that type of life. You can have the life that God designed for you. You can, and you can be happy. You can be delivered from past pain and hurt and abuse and all those things. God could take all that pain away from you, and you don't have to have that bondage that you have on the inside of you. You don't have to have that. You don't have to endure that. Okay, so you can be happy and free, because that's why Jesus died for us. He died for us for all of those things. Every sin, he's already took all of that into his body, y'all, for us, over 2,000 years ago. And by his stripes, we're already healed, and we're totally delivered from all those things. We don't have to carry it, but things will happen. You will get set up. That's what the enemy is for. He tried to set me up. He tried to set me up as a young child, as a baby. Honestly, he did. Because he knew who I would be, who I was called to be. And so I was depressed, y'all. I felt unloved. I felt undeserving. I had all kind of insecurities. I know I probably ate my weight, snacks and stuff here and there. It wasn't a lot, but it was more than what I should have consumed in my body, and then you got the drinking, because I did drink when I was in that lifestyle. I drank a lot because guess what? I was shy. I'm really a shy person, and I did not. I thought if people would see the real me, they wouldn't like me. So guess what I did? I tried to do what they did. I did. I did. I mean, I tried to, you know, sometimes I'll have those boyish ways, tomboy growing up, but when I was growing up, I didn't know those things, you know, younger. As I got a little bit older, then that's when I got introduced to all those things. But I was always a little tomboy, whatever, hang with my brothers and stuff. I didn't think nothing about it. I honestly didn't, but like I said, as getting set up as a child, it introduced me to things that I was not familiar with. And so there you go. And it started from there. So I tried to be who I was not around people to try to fit in. Because, see, you see, I said fit in because that's not where I was supposed to be. But I was already in it. And I'm like, you know what? In my mind, what I got to lose? Oh, I lost a lot. I lost a lot of time and I was hurt. All those things, in all kind of areas. So the enemy still tries to this day try to, make me see, or I'll be around people that's in their lifestyle or whatever, and he'll try to, put those little thoughts in my mind, and I immediately rebuke that because he's a liar. So what you need to do once you do become the total deliverer and those things come about, just remember that the enemy does not do nothing different. He just camouflages himself for different things, but he don't do nothing different. It's always the same. So you just gotta know that it's him. You have to know that. So I just wanted you to understand that you are not alone. I am here with you. I will support you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me any questions that you may have. And so I just thank God that I am a new creation. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things become new. And so you can walk in authority. You don't have to be bound. You really don't. So I just wanted to open up and just share my story, my journey with you, and I hope this helped anyone. I will do a part 2. Okay, so with that being said, thank you so much. If you're new, thank you for stopping by. And if you have not, go ahead and hit subscribe. Okay, and hit the like button, please. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave any comments below. Okay, and do not forget to hit the notification bell, okay, and share, because there's so many people out here that need to hear this story, you guys, and they need the help, okay? They're crying out for help and they don't have nobody. So most definitely share this video. And like I said, there will be a part 2. And I just want to say thank you, guys. My short-term goal is reaching 200 subscribers. I believe, 143 or 144. Thank you for each and every one of you that have subscribed to my channel. Thank you. We are a community, y'all, and we work together. We support each other. Okay, so if you guys, if you see some new people that's on board, that's that you see, that's on my page, or go check them out. Okay, go check them out. We support each other. Okay, and subscribe to them. All right, and lift them up. Give them encouraging words. Let them know that they can make it, because they might have just got started, or they might be kind of struggling. We are here to support each other and be here for each other and love on each other. Okay, so and the viewer counts is going up. Hey, before you know it, I'll be at 7K. So thank y'all so much, and I appreciate y'all watching my videos, and I appreciate you guys for your encouraging words, and you guys in our engagement together. Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much. Y'all just don't know. Y'all helping me. With me helping you, y'all helping me. So thank y'all. I love each and every one of you. So on that note, there will be a part 2. So be on the lookout for that. And I'm still working on getting my shout out to each and every one of you. Okay, so stay blessed, stay warm, know that God loves you, and I love you too. Bye-bye.